Hello and welcome to Math for Monday, April 6th. What we're going to do today is we're going to spend a little bit more time reviewing some of these little bit more challenging and difficult concepts in our unit of average. On Friday, I had you work through a review section in your textbook, and I had you email those that work to me, which was very helpful for me to see where you are and what you need maybe some extra practice in. And so I did notice that there were two types of problems that people tended to struggle with across the board in all of the work that I analyzed. And so I'd like for us to spend some time working through those types of problems here today. So the problems that deal with multiplying and dividing in compound units tended to be difficult for some of you on Friday's assignment. So let's just walk through another one together here. Now I'm going to give you some more problems for homework today. That will come from your extra practice book. But this actually, the problem that I'm going to do with you, or actually the two problems I'm going to do with you today, come from good old intensive practice. So a couple of problems where we can practice this skill again. So let's take a look at what it says here. It says, Chris had 3 trial runs for a race. His performance time for each trial run was as follows. First trial run, 10 minutes, 32 seconds. Second trial run, 10 minutes, 40 seconds. And third trial run, 9 minutes, 9 seconds. And the question is, what was his average performance time? Okay, well, we know how to calculate average. To calculate average, in this particular case, we're going to add up all of his trial runs to get a total number of minutes and seconds that he ran. And then we're going to take that total and we're going to divide it by the number of trial runs that he completed, which would be obviously 1, 2, 3. So let's go ahead and add up the minutes and the seconds. So I'll start with the seconds, and I have 32 plus 40 plus 9. And so when I add all of that up together, that's going to give me 81 seconds. And then when I add the minutes up here, you can see that that's 29 minutes. So his total amount of time that it took him to run these 3 trials is 29 minutes, 81 seconds. Okay, well, let's look at the 81 seconds first before we even find the average. You know that 60 seconds is equal to 1 minute. So really, 81 seconds is 1 minute and 21 seconds. So why don't I go ahead and take that 1 minute and combine it with the 29 minutes, and you can see that would obviously make it easier to divide. So when I do that, I end up with 30 minutes and 21 seconds, just renaming that 81 seconds as 1 minute and 21 seconds. Okay, so that's his total. We can even write that down as total. But we're being asked to find what was his average time. So again, we're going to take that total and we're going to divide it up by 3 because he took 3 trial runs. So we're going to take 30 minutes, 21 seconds and divide each of those units by 3. Now, if you'll remember last week when I went through how to do this, you're going to be dividing your units separately. So you want to divide your minutes first and then your seconds, and then combine them back together at the end. So let's start with 30 minutes. And this is really nice because look at that. When we divide 30 minutes by 3, we get an even 10 minutes. So we have no other minutes left over. This is one of those rare problems where, it just works out evenly. Okay, and then we have 21 seconds divided by 3, and 21 divided by 3 is 7. That worked out well. So when I divided my minutes by 3, I got 10 minutes. And when I divided my seconds by 3, I got 7 seconds. So I'm just going to bring those 2 units together. And so his average time it took him to run was 10 minutes, 7 seconds. Now, I'm also going to always go back and check my answer to make sure it's reasonable. So 10 minutes, 7 seconds cannot be any less than the lowest amount. The lowest amount is 9 minutes, 9 seconds. Okay, it's not less. Good. Can't be any greater than the highest amount, which was 10 minutes, 40 seconds. It is not. So therefore, that is a reasonable answer. All right, so that's another example of multiplying and dividing in compound units. Now, in a moment, I want to do another average problem, a word problem. Many of you struggled on the practice problems from Friday with the very last word problem. So I'd like to do another average word problem, again, from intensive practice. And I'm going to erase this board here, pause the video, and get that set up.